Okay, here I am in MasterCam. I'm going to draw the Tower of Hanoi. I go out to the shop and get my stock. I'm going to cut it out of 3/4 inch MDF, and I go to machine type router, Techno Servo, brings up my property manager. Under here, I set up my stock, put my bit in the top of the board in the lower left corner. The dimensions are 12 by 12 by 3/4. If I click this display, I could see it. Green check puts it on there. F9 are my Cartesian coordinates. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a rectangle. This is my base. I'm going to go over 12, up 4. I'm done that operation. Here's fit screen. I'm actually not going to cut this out on the CNC, but I am going to do the pockets. So I'm going to create some lines to figure out where those pockets go. So I'm going to create a line from the midpoint to the midpoint, and the midpoint to the midpoint. My next two are 2 inches over, so I'm going to go X form offset 2 inches. I want to offset that in and that in. And now I'm going to create circles. So an arc from a center point, I'm going to put it here. The dowel is 0.75 diameter, so 0.75. I hit escape and I could draw that circle again. My previous settings should be saved here. Escape, and I'm going to do that a third time. I'm done those circles. I'll go back and delete out these lines so they don't get in the way of my toolpaths at all. Okay, so there's my base. These are going to be pockets. These are also the same diameters that the hole's going to be. So I'm going to drag them up. So X form, drag, select all 3 of these. I'm done selecting. I'll grab them, move them up, and I'll do that one more time. My last operation is here, and I'll drag these up, off center them a little bit there. Okay, back to fit screen. Now I'm going to create an arc from a center point. My first circle is a 4-inch diameter, so I'm going to create a 4-inch circle. Even though it's off my board, I'm going to I'll move them around afterwards. Then I'm going to create an arc from a center point. Next one's 3.5 inch. Next one's 3 inch. Next one's 2.5 inch. It's not going to fit there, is it? 2.5. But we're going to move those. This one's 2 inch. And finally, my last circle is 1.5 inches. Okay, so those are my circles. Again, I need to move them around so there's enough room to cut between them. I'm going to use that drag command. I'm going to drag this and this together. I'm done selecting, and then I'm going to move it. This was a copy, and I want to move instead of copy, so that's the difference between those two. I'm going to drag this one. Again, done selecting it. I'll move it up all the way there. Move this one up. It's good there. Drag. Give me enough room. Finally, I'm going to drag this first circle, a 4-inch diameter circle. Okay, so now my geometry is all done. The clear colors, looks good. I'm going to do the tool pathing in 2 tool paths. I'm going to pocket these 3. I'm going to make them half the depth of the thickness of the board. The width 3/4, I'm going to make these 3/8. So tool path, pocket. Direction is not going to matter because the pocket's always inside. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch flat end mill, 1/4 inch straight bit at 80/40. I like working my way through here, but I'm not changing any of these. I am setting my depth of cut. My depth of cut is less than the diameter of the bit, so I'm going to put it at 0.2. And then linking parameters, again, these are all absolute. And the overall depth was negative 0.375. Okay, there's my first toolpath. Then my second toolpath is to cut out the 6 circles. The toolpath is a contour. Direction here is very important. On the inside circles, I'm going to go counterclockwise. On the outside circles, I'm going clockwise. Okay, again, the tool is going to be a 1/4 straight bit. I'm going to go 60, 30 on my cutouts. And then here on the inside circles, I'm going counterclockwise like this, so the bit's on the inside. On the outside of the circle, I'm going clockwise, so the bit's on the outside. So this is all good. Depth of cut, again, I'm going to set that at 0.2, less than the diameter of the bit. Lead in, lead out, I'm going to turn off. Breakthrough, multi-passes, tabs. I am going to set tabs on these. I'm going to use automatic tabs, and I want to tab all. Linking parameters, these are all absolute, and it's a negative value of the thickness of the board. And that is all my tool pathing. Only this one selected. I'm going to select them both. I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm going to save this in my folder that's called Tower of Hanoi, but in this case I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Then once it's all saved, then I go to Verify. I want to verify an isometric view. It cuts the 3 pockets first, the inside of the circles and the outside. They cut through and there are tabs there. So verification is good, file is saved. I go to G1, which is posting. Techno step is correct. Again, I have to post this on the flash drive, so I could take that out into the shop. In this case, I just did it to my desktop, but you need to post it to the flash drive to take it out onto the tool. This posting is taking all of these vectors and converting them into numeric code. And there's the numeric code. There's a fair bit of code here. Let's see how many lines of code there is. There's over 2,000 lines of code to cut out all of those parts. So I'm actually going to screw this down, and then when I'm all done, I'm going to cut this rectangle out on the table saw and then cut off these corners and kind of dog-ear this board to give it the shape. All right, well, that's it.